Jory, I want to introduce you. You have been married for and playing together with your husband Jim Mansky for 33 years, and you share a passion for compassion. You're a certified NVC trainer, a mediator, a group facilitator, and NLP practitioner, and you have decades of spiritual practice. And I'd love to have you tell me, what is compassionate leadership?
Ah, one of my favorite topics, actually, compassion and leadership. For me, bringing these two together is really taking a step into life. So, compassion being the open hearted place where we're actually walking with people and really feeling our connection. And then leadership, where we really step up into our place in the world. We really take leadership both in our own lives and then also not only in our internal life, but also in influencing the world with compassion. So it's living a full life connected to others.
So it's not really about having a position or something. Sounds like this is for every person.
Yeah, everyone who's alive who wants to really thrive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do we really fill up our world with the pieces that we see support life? I
Mm-hmm.
have this image that I've held for a long time about the network of people in the world and the network of life in general. It's been focused on people, although it's expanding in my mind. It's in some flux, but it's like a net, like a fisher's net,
Mm-hmm.
and everywhere that the fisher net crosses is a place of strength. It's the integrity that holds that net. And for me, it's as if there is a person standing at each one of those places. The people are the strength. And then the actual net that goes between people, that connection, from knot to knot, if you will, is the flow of connection between us. And so the interactions that we have between us really affect the strength of the whole net. And so each of us, for me, the world I want to live in is where we really fan each one of these places, each one of these intersections where then there's a person, every person holding their part of the
Mm-hmm.
net. So the entire net has strength and integrity and really is a structure of life as a whole. That's the ultimate interdependence of us, and it takes us all. And so for me, that's what compassionate leadership is, that each of us takes a lead with compassion for all the other parts of this so that we as a whole have strength and integrity and we flourish.
Well, and how does one become a compassionate leader in their own life or in their life with others?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's been a path. That's been a path. We've talked a little bit about the matrix and the skills of the matrix. There are various skills that we can develop. It's both an inward path of self-development and it's also a path of contribution. And for us to get really clear on what is our vision of the world we want to live in, and then what's my mission within that? Where am I led to actually contribute? What's my part? And then it's taking actions in relationship to that and measuring our actions and determining whether our actions are actually fulfilling the mission and vision that we want. And then there's one other element I want to make sure I mention, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the flexibility of development, the flexibility to shift as more vision opens up to us as to what our mission actually is.
And I can imagine the analogy of a net. A net needs to be flexible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something about for the whole, so flexibility for the individual and for the whole is, for all of us, is kind of humanity. Is that what?
Yeah, and the fact that we're mostly ignorant and mostly unconscious and mostly incapable. I mean, really, we don't have. We come into this world with very little, and we develop some, but there's over 6,000 languages. I don't know anyone who speaks more than about three or four, maybe five. Yeah, so there's so much we don't know. So the flexibility is the ability to grow into what we're now learning. When we're walking down the path and we turn a corner, we didn't see what was around that corner until we get there. So that's a lot of that flexibility is about for me. And also the flexibility of the compassion. I don't know what you see. You've got my back. I really want to honor the parts that you bring. That also is part of the flexibility within me. I don't just know what I'm supposed to do. Part of me would love to, but I don't.
Well, and also it reminds me of coming into the world. We are so dependent on others, and as we age as well, we become so dependent. And we have so much learning that we need to do on the way in and on the way out.
Yeah, and at the same time, we have our part. We're an integral part of the whole. It matters. We're important.
So it sounds like to me you want everyone to be a compassionate leader.
Yeah, that's the dream of the world I want to live in.
So it sounds like there's not a, typically leaders, maybe there's only one job opening, but this sounds like there's billions of openings for compassionate leaders.
Yeah, wherever we are, that's the place we're leading. If we're a parent, even if we're the child doing our education, at every point, we are the leader of our own lives. And we're the leader, and we're influencing what's going on around us. We can submit and just let it all happen around us, but then there's a weakening in the frame.
So it sounds like just taking that to a new perspective in terms of that I am a leader and that I do lead at all times. And I'm leading my life. If people want to find out more about it, Jory, where can we go?
CompassionateLeadership.com.
Thank you.